here versus the Mongols.
Yes, indeed. We've got a quarter-final full of firepower. On the one side, Mongolian muscle, and on the other...
Equal, okay? Every round is ours. Whenever we have advantage, just fucking lock the round. I want to rear you guys today for towards that, okay? It's really important for us.
Apex, captain of the defending major champs. CT start for them.
There's an ace split here. Through middle of the
He's just been caught.
with the opener.
That's brilliant. ZywOo, however, a power position for him is usually good for something, but already catching bullets, catching flak. It's Robs under scrutiny on the side of that smoke. Pressure onto Mezzi. Good shot back. It's Techno, catches him mantling, and Robs is kept empty-handed. Just one headshot from him. Awkward now. You have the palace, you have the plant. But here come the Kings. From the stairs position, Mezzi partners up with Flamesy. Trying to delay the inevitable. Controls remains tucked. It's a nice shot from Mezzi. Puts it all onto Mzinho. Too much to handle. Quad kill out of Merriman.
And more than enough time for that defuse to come through. So Vitality kick it off with the pistol. That freebie coming through connector, you felt like that would be enough to get into things for the Mongols, but well handled on the way back in, and bang on there. The Brit grabs 4. You can hear the chance of his name already. So
you see that cheeky wink?
Yeah, well, enough Mezzi's having a good game. You're in for a world of hurt, aren't you, Mongols? Yeah, good trade work into the site. They get the bomb down. We know that's going to facilitate a force fight. And all eyes on controllers right now.
Yeah, he was a huge reason they're even here.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? The Mongols, they may have lost their star, but they haven't lost their way. Controllers, highest rated player for them throughout stage 3, and now on the stage of this magnitude.
Yeah, that's a missed scout shot. Nate doesn't do too much either. It's Robs that strafes on out, and Controllers is put down. That rifle gets nothing.
Yeah, throughout the stage 3, he was so steady. Right? He was getting openers, closers, clutching, doing it all, but empty-handed. Might take him a while to find his footing. They say this guy's experienced, that's why they picked him up. Well, maybe in terms of not being a teenager, sure, but international competition, very, very limited before being the stand-in. Mzinho on the low, this is telling of likely an ace split, but how much space can they get? So they want to opt for a window boost. Robson Flames, he's starting to search through short now.
Oh yeah, Robs once again, just this well-timed reaggress. He may have multiple backs turned, and oh, they're ready for him. Techno and 910 swivel into the double kill. It's uncomfortable for ZywOo's scout. Hard to find output, and another missed shot. Mezzi from the short position, safe fate for him. It's Blitz's Deagle. Gets the job done. Still not done for Mongols. 40 seconds. Looks like they've been given the space. Apex concedes, and the bomb could and should be going down.
Okay, well, is Apex considering the save, or is he looking for something on the way out the door here to try and get back into this? ZywOo patrols from short.
Looks like they're giving it up.
Yeah, okay, and this is the firepower that we're talking about. They lose the man controllers early with the AK. They stay grouped up, and this is what the Mongols are just known for at this point. As Blitz gives us another Deagle bullet in the side of the head. ZywOo, you're not getting away with anything.
Nasty.
This is a horrible position to be in right now if you're Vitality. 1,400 loss bonus going into the next Apex. Going to hold on to his goods just to be the famous on the in-game leader. We just saw his words as everyone's going to walk away with the rifle right now. So great response from Mongols. You lose the pistol, but you win the force, and some could say that's better than the alternative.
They just read them like a book. That short reaggress put down some sharp shots from Blitz's Deeg. Techno as well with one. Mara, coach behind the Mongols. Blitz referencing how young of a team this is. Mara, a big reason why they keep such a cool head on their shoulders, and they are just looking brilliant to start us off. No pistol, no problem. We'll win it in the second.
That'll be the force buy back from Vitality. So do we have the back and forth of the force buy wars, or do Mongols take control of the economy early? The undeniable underdogs. Fan favorites again. To top mid start, 910 and controllers. To work through underpass. Techno on the extremity towards B, and Mzinho over towards A. Right now we're settling into this standard opening from both sides. Note, Apex Save the Famous has given it to ZywOo. Trying to set up his star early. Flash is being juggled. Apex will be able to flash over connector if they suspect a clamp down on middle or want to try and catch a timing. But Mongols are on the reroute.
This is going to be a well-timed block smoke. If Flamesy gets this right, it will thwart the Mongols' plan.
So much utility still, and
he's
a lot of time on the clock. Yeah, it was the mid-util there from Blitz that makes it feel like it's a mid-play. Now they're working at contact.
Just the timing. So cheeky. Apex gets caught. Wide open on the site. ZywOos push on mid, removing Blitz. They can partner up on con side. It's a swing. It's a fight. It's Mazinho survives. It's 9-10. Finds the elevation, brings the fight forward.
That should be round. There's so much more utility. Controller still has a smoke, some flashes. They're heading for the hills right now. Vitality will call this off. Carry through a couple of guns again, but yeah, just contact out Palace there. Beautiful work from MONGOLZ. It's Blitz top mid, he sells it, and they bite down hard. Vitality activate towards middle. That gets them out of position. And I want to say taking control of the finances, it's likely to see Vitality just take an eco behind these save guns going into the next, which is currently looking to be a FAMAS, an M4, and the Deagle in hands of Merriman, who had the 4 on the pistol. So still some threats to get past. Mazinho putting a new hairstyle on display for this one. Coming into the playoffs in Budapest with a bit of swagger.
I liked his interview as well. It did have, airs of swag. And this frag as well. I mean, when you catch an Apex with a nade looking the other way, that's a sign of a good call, a well-structured round.
Yeah, it doesn't get easier than that.
Just Blitz selling it with a couple of nades in mid.
That's the problem, right? If you're not fully boarded, you don't have all the utility to play standard, to be able to block, you have to play together, hope that you can capitalize. It's something Vitality have been doing all year long, right? Those regroups, fighting over towards middle. Flamesy might be the A anchor, but you see him playing over towards connector an awful lot. They use that loose piece of romp, sometimes playing as the bogey play, the Joker over towards A. And the odds favoring Vitality, you can understand why.
Yeah, started out as about 4-1.
Yeah, there's been a real turn of the tide though between this head-to-head. The MONGOLZ in 2025, the first team. Oh, looks like we still have the tech, ladies and gentlemen, so just bear with us. I'll take it back up on as, yeah, the MONGOLZ were the first team in 2025 to beat Vitality in consecutive series, right? So they're the first to beat them twice. Obviously, there's a handful of teams that have been able to achieve that now. It's not just the MONGOLZ, but they were the first to achieve such a feat. Obviously,
and it's a huge feat.
Yeah, a rematch of the Major Grand Final. But this time around, the difference being Senzu opting to bench himself. They have to scramble last minute to get controllers. They played 2 events before the Major. They have a total of 23 maps with them with a losing record. And he decides, it's just a Major, my second of all time. I'm just going to play like the best player in the team. He has been a monster for the MONGOLZ. They've been very clutch as well. You'll take a look at some of their games against G2, against FaZe, winning 1v3s, 1v2s. A bunch of 1v1s in the mix as well, so the clutch factor has played in.
And every time we cast a MONGOLZ game, I swear there's more MONGOLZ fans. It feels like it's just been exponentially growing.
They're growing.
Yeah.
No matter where we go.
The Mongolian Empire spreads with every Counter-Strike victory.
Well, we take a look directly across from us. Group with a bunch of flags. A whole lot of noise.
A lot of MONGOLZ jerseys as well. They definitely have continued to grow. And up against Vitality, who, everybody loves to hate. That is something that Apex is happy to play into.
Yeah, he doesn't mind being the villain. I think everyone plays along with it now.
So
I don't think anybody actually dislikes Apex.
No.
I think it's just a bit of fun that everyone's allowed to have. But Vitality, they were the undisputed world #1 coming into Austin. Off the back of 6 consecutive titles, the Grand Slam, they're exuding an aura of greatness and they're assembling an era. That's in question now. MONGOLZ, as mentioned, those undeniable underdogs. The youngest team to ever make a Major Grand Final. The first representing Asia.
And they took a map.
Yeah, that shocked everybody. But that moment in time, they'd only really started to garner the respects that they deserve for the capabilities that these individuals throw into Counter-Strike. Second half, it's been the big conversation. Vitality unable to continue such ferocious form. Only 1 title since the Major Trophy lift. Now, that's 8 within the year. That's pretty damn good. But when you set the bar so high, the expectation is you just keep on winning.
But if you pick it your socks and you lift another Major Trophy for the back-to-back in a year, I mean, that would probably be quite a redeeming piece.
Oh, for sure, right? Because you look at everything else they've done throughout the year. It's not like they've just completely dropped off. There's 15 events, 10 grand finals, 8 trophies, 4 semi-finals, 14 consecutive top 4 finishes.
Bloody hell.
So even though they have dropped off, the gap has closed. They are still one of the biggest threats and still in the conversation to lift the title here for the Battle of Budapest. On the other side, we've got Furia. They're in hot form at the moment, a streak of trophies. A game against Na'Vi that I think if you take a look at the last 4 maps, they've all been single-digit drubbings. MONGOLZ versus FaZe. Torji will be in the building tomorrow.
I think Budapest is excited for that one.
Yeah, we saw the turnout when we were in the MTK Sports Park.
Oh, we're finding new family members in the crowd today. Looks like Controllers is having issues with the hardware. I'll get that resolved. Such immense support for all the quarterfinal teams. I'm sure, as you said, yeah, MOUZ may have a little extra on the decibel levels. Comes up tomorrow.
See if the FaZe bullshit can continue as well.
Is there a world, mate? I mean,
the classic, isn't it?
Likely to be entertaining, as this one has already been. For those of you that have tuned in and just caught the tech pause, we're just 3 rounds deep to the first map of our second quarterfinal today, kicking off the StarLadder Budapest Major for 2025. This is the culmination of a Counter-Strike year. It's where it ends. Holidays after this one for the players.
Roster changes for some.
Roster changes for some. Don't you start that conversation.
Hey, it's already started. Advance to 100 Thieves, Pain, benching players. What's to come next?
That's the question.
Well, important to get this sorted before we get back underway. I want everybody making sure there's no technical issues.
No, thank you.
Got to sit in silence, no conversation with your teammates, no typing, none of that. Just have to sit and bask in the moment. And it's still so early for Vitality. You're probably thinking, how do we lose that force, right? This is our chance to start CT side extremely strong. 3-0 up. Well, now we're the ones who are in a bit of a spot of bother. We'll wait till we get these technical issues sorted as the admin almost went over there. Tripping over a couple of wires. Watch your step.
Robs has slotted into this roster and it's only been up from there.
Yeah, the Midas touch, right?
Oh, I mean, truly, what a piece. I'm sure if you were asking any players about, you know, filling that role, Robs would be at the tip of the tongue. Vitality, the right roster for him.
Now let's talk about the alternative on the other side. Controllers a little bit more. The trumpet man's back.
Good to see you.
We got drummers, we got trumpets. I'm sure we'll have drums.
I'm sure.
Well, more drums, sorry. We already have it. Yes.
Yes.
Extra drums. But Controllers is the man of the moment for the MONGOLZ. Ooh, hold up a second. Maybe some good news. I don't want to speak too soon. Seeing things getting restarted in the server. All right, looks like we're good to go, everybody. Freeze time ticking on down. Thanks for bearing with us.
4th round of play underway. Let's go Budapest.
Lay of the land, financial situation. Vitality will be taking the save behind the saved guns. Remember, M4, Deagle, and Afamis in the mix. Should be the easiest of the lot for the MONGOLZ. A must convert.
Nice idea, though.
It's a mid-runway being given. Flamesy will take a ramp space with the support of Romps on that M4. It's just Mezzy on beat. So we're floating windows. So this is an A stack right now. He's going through the motions, the MONGOLZ. We got to get this mid control. Now, we'd love to see a piece of utility, right, to make this a little bit awkward for the MONGOLZ, but that's not in play. So they're going to have to hope for your Vitality that they just waltz on in and you can get favorable multi-kills. An event room, and this is what you'll see controllers opting to do an awful lot on this T side. He's tasked with mid space alongside a 9-10 and blitz. As A-Ramp has been fully infested now, even in towards T spawn, so they know where this is likely going to finish.
If Mezzi gets one, this snowball could turn into an avalanche. Progressing forward, bomb on the back of Mzinho. Position noted from Mezzi, it's 9-10 onto the woo. There's the second, and the sight there's a fast flank. It may be a little subversive, the speed by which Flamesy's behind them.
I think you're just looking for a bit of damage right now.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that. But it doesn't matter. Quick to the draw. Mzinho puts him down.
Yeah, looking sharp.
Job done. Mission accomplished.
I think for a lot of this, there's only a couple of maps where controllers has changed the positions, either on the T side or the CT side.
So for the most part, they've kind of plugged him into Senzu.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact he's got output as a player who's their highest rated from stage 3 coming into the playoffs, that's a great sign. Now, if he can keep that up, that would be crazy work. He's yet to find a frag, but the rest of them much more experienced in this level of environment. This is their 3rd consecutive major playoffs for the MONGOLZ.
Yeah, I think Counter-Strike is still reeling from that donk delusion, expecting players to not succumb to the environment and pressures that come with a major playoff.
Yeah, well, a player like Controllers is a journeyman of the region, right? You've seen him play in a whole lot of Mongolian teams dating back since 2017.
Certainly some experience, not this experience.
Yeah, this is a whole different ball game. As we will get underway with the guns now. So MONGOLZ coming out on top of the finances after the 4-spy win. No AWP for ZywOo just yet. The same to be said for 9-10, but a whole lot of extra cash in the coffers. Loss bonus building for Vitality, sure. Bit of a slower default this time round. 9-10 and controllers will get top mid. Control blitz in through underpass. Techno putting pressure on B. Very important to try and bait out the utility on the extremities as early as possible. Sevi getting blocked later in the round as a nade lands for about 30 damage. One of the things you want to avoid right now, MONGOLZ, is Vitality springing a trap with that clamp down on middle.
You can see they are cautious. Not overexerting, not playing forward. That's what Blitz was waiting for. These protocol nades have been cycled through, siphoned out by the MONGOLZ default. Now they throw that window smoke and replenish there. Top con, Apex in front. Hoping for a biff, hoping for a brawl. Nade and flash thrown in by Vitality, but he's going to be overlooked. An opportunity through the smoke. Controllers kept with that goose egg for a 3rd. Slinking out again, this little contact out. It's Flamesy ready for Mzinho this time. Fool me once. Backs away CT. Blitz kicking up a fuss, trying to draw attention. Funky smoke, ZywOo can play around that, but a good find from Techno nonetheless. He's managed to break forward. Double from Techno, up and about, making it work on top of triple. Still uncomfortable, they need to remove Flamesy, but he's got company. Mezzi's there and Flamesy puts the cherry on top.
Okay, Techno makes that interesting. Nice double short, able to get a couple of kills to force those rebuys, but Vitality will grab a rifle round. I'm sure we can say the first fully fledged one of those in this map so far. So Controllers still yet to get going. Trying to entry through the smoke, found easily by Apex. And they just farm up the final 2. So there you go. First rifle round falls in their favor, but still plenty of money for the MONGOLZ buy. Will there be a change in pace this time round? Looks like Mzinho going to go fight over towards middle with Blitz. All boosted ramp to catch the cross.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. Flamesy, this is very committed with Robs as well. Position noted, Flames at his feet. There's a lot of pressure on the server already. Look at Apex. Such an audacious forward position. He's playing for it. He knows what you're up to. Empty, though, from Apex. Flamesy makes up for it. Good output from him.
They're out on A. Bomb will go down. It's going to be about the post plan.
Smoked off. That will limit Flames' contributions for a moment longer. It's Mezzi and ZywOo pathing towards CT.
Controllers has so many nades.
Oh, and he's throwing him out, but his back is turned. He looks vulnerable. ZywOo should have him. Caught with his nades in his hands. Another bound towards the ramp. And 9-10, a losing battle, overcome in numbers. They don't have his position, his coordinates just yet. Now they do. Reveals himself. Needed that second. It's Flamesy with impact. Back-to-back rounds defending his sight, this time from the mid.
Yeah, well handled there, especially after that bit of a mare from Apex over towards ramp at the start.
That looked like a gimme, didn't it?
Yeah, so they get into the side there, and Controller's not expecting that rotation to be so fast. He's throwing his util deep, and they're already past it, so that's the difference maker there.
Crouch.
But he had a full belt, right? If he was able to get that out, he was able to block CT spawn, this could have been a different conversation. You could just see how caught off guard he is, and this is one of the factors. I think you're seeing the pressure early for this guy. As soon as he can get a frag underway, he can start building a little bit of confidence. But at the moment, still with nothing to his name, and he's given away a couple of openings. Not still favoring Vitality as we get back underway. Another 9-10 AWP. ZywOo left his AWP at spawn? Yeah, he did. Yeah, ZywOo had to go back to spawn to get his AWP. Okay, well,
that'll slow him down.
Not going to cost them just yet. It is another slow roll. Interesting out of the CT setups from Vitality. Apex is the man playing over towards A an awful lot. Flames is the guy helping with the mid fight. So firepower in mid.
Yeah, and Blitz has been told by controllers that there's activity down there. He spouts away, finds Robs. Flamesy reveals and escapes. It's 9-10 Zorp he wants to trifle with. He's taking pot shots at Pixels and doesn't find him. Reset. Slow their roll. Still plenty of time in this round. He's looking for Mazinho. It finds him, but he actually uses it to great success! How has he got two there? The A-side defense collapses. ZywOo's running on out, knife out.
Fight has to be through CT spawn right now. ZywOo's here, Mezzy's gonna join him.
How much can the Woo do? A two-man advantage. MONGOLZ looking for that taste of victory once more.
Need to get that bomb and get it down.
Yeah, they're taking their time, and 9-10 didn't want to give up the angle, still gives up his head. ZywOo removes one. Swings on through, narrow miss, through the box, covered by the Flames, back his turn, Messi strikes for two! He can deny it all with a clutch, and he knows where Mazinho is. Low HP, hard work done. Mazinho, what a round!
Playing ahead of the time in there, catching Messi off guard. He knew exactly where he was, and the young man delivers an impactful round for the Mongols.
It's the new haircut, I can tell you. Incredible, impeccable. Low HP, Chad.
There's a lot of high-level details that are going on right now. So in these rounds, we'll catch it again with Mazinho. So the nade comes in, he gets the first. The second on the Apex is absolutely brilliant. Then the bomb was left over towards Ticket. Blitz has to go back to get it. 9-10 taken off the line. Mezzy ahead of the molly again. And that is around when Mazinho plays before the defuse tap and fake can come in. So he knows he has to take the fight on the low HP, right? He has to be the one setting the tone, because if Mezzy's on the line, he's not getting past on 7 points of health. Timeout taken, X-Taz on the mic. But those details I'm talking about is they're having Flamesy start middle because they want to bait the lurks into walking out A with Apex just hidden in the site.
Right.
Apex traditionally the connector player. So hoping that Mazinho overplays his hand, thinks that the site is clear, waltzes in, and Apex gets it for free.
That's really naughty. The fact he gets two from the Palace fight as well, they were destined to find him.
The money's on the line again for Vitality early within this first half of play. They've been able to force in, but it's not looking great, is it? MP9, 5-7. They lose this one. They are going to have to take an eco.
Puffing up his chest, but it's Blitz with an opening kill. He's done that back-to-back rounds now, found Robs in the previous.
Been a lot of play over towards A. I wonder if they shift now and just something a bit more B-centric, see if they can knock on the door of Mezzy's site. ZywOo actually cheating over there, so this could be one of the plays from Vitality where they gamble, right? They say, okay, let's stack a site. If they finish here, great. If not, we save and we can play again into the next. Flamesy even starting to cheat away from A. That's more telling. Window smoke, top con. Now it's about sending out a feeler, right? You've got the man advantage.
A little bit of an angle there. That's actually Flamesy finding something through the smoke onto controllers. Maybe that leads Robs to an angle as well. He's catching a whiff. Oh, but 9-10 removes him. Got brought low, but 13 points of health enough. He adjusts. Flames in the chaos, thriving for one. Techno brings him down, finds himself an upgrade of wide open sight. The red carpet rolled out for the A plant. Missed shot from the Orb. Aware CT is a vulnerability. Lurk smoke should enable that MP9 to get up close, but here comes ZywOo from the jungle position. Pulls it back into level pegging. 9-10 is low, still lingers in mid. Pressure onto Techno is high, and especially now they know where he is. Brought down by ZywOo.
Hey man, to win this.
There's surely no way. Sure, the smoke is cleared. You've got two to find, staying active. The bomb planted for you, but you've missed your chance. Now they know it's ZywOo.
3 in the round there from the Woo. Good entrance into the game. Impactful round. Defuse comes through. No dramas there. And the money will not be broken for Vitality.
Oh, he made the strafe in time to retrieve 9-10's Orb. The only way to make that was with the movement.
Okay, so they hold on. Controller still having a tough go of things. Hate to keep pointing it out here, but 0 and 6 at the moment. This one, Caught in the chaos, not ready for that swing out jungle. ZywOo takes down Mazinho for free. There's so much pressure. The smoke top con, 9-10 waiting for it to fade. And Apex lets out a roar. So in the game so far, MONGOLZ have been very clutch. I think it's 10 over the 4 or 5 maps that they'd played previously. See if it will have to be a factor again against Vitality. Now their money's a little bit ropey. Tech-9s are plenty. Couple of Galils. This might be more pack heavy, less default spread. Techno trying to make it look the same as a default. Just being a nuisance. Annoying this side of the map, keeping Mezzi's comms flowing, keeping him cycling through those nades for the block. Get out top middle again. Not just smokes available. Is it just going to be for mid control? ZywOo's starting to search. He's on his own right now. He doesn't have any support.
Yeah, and he's just playing on this tiny sliver gap, a reaction speed test. Blitz gets across unscathed. Orb's whereabouts now noted.
It's going to be a P-split.
Looks like it will be a test for Mezzi's side. Robs has arrived.
And ZywOo as well.
They've got the right pieces in the right place, but ooh, a bullet goes both ways. Bench under scrutiny. There's the ZywOo warp. There's the Mezzi double. Completely repelling the Mongolian invaders. Bomb is lost and a Vitality 5th round seems certain. Blitz just trying to get a couple of extras, but back is turned and brought down by Apex.
Okay, well handled there from Vitality. It's a class round. Does now put them in control of the finances here. Everybody just hovering around that 2K mark for the MONGOLZ. So with 2,400 coming into the next, they'll take the eco now and then buy going forward. But Mara, he's the man getting all the credit at the moment. The community baffled by the fact that the MONGOLZ can lose Senzu, find controllers, 28 years of age, journeyman in the Mongolian scene, plug him in, and it's good enough to make the playoffs at the most stacked major playoff of all time. So this eco will just be bolstered by a couple of flashes. In a situation like this, you got to hope you can catch these B defenders off guard, but I think you got a fat chance of that. Should be the easiest of the round so far for Vitality.
Yeah, and for MONGOLZ, when they saw that draw, I'm sure they weren't the most excited to see the team they played in the grand final.
Yeah, I think this side of the bracket is a bit more stacked than the other. Falcons already sent home. Spirit march onto the semi-winner of this plays them on Saturday. But Fury, the #1 team in the world right now, on the other side, they've still got to get through some tasks of their own. So set up now, they might even want to play in this smoke, pop through and try and get a plan. That'd be great.
Yeah, Robs is here though, shouldn't have too many issues. Even with the flashbang in his face, he manages to connect. Mezzi's whereabouts noted, but no problem. Unarmored opponents, they shred through them. Extends their advantage. Guns will be coming back out.
Maybe there's a pace change now because you think the role of the MONGOLZ within a lot of these defaults rather than just doing the classic spread, get that top mid control, have Blitz through underpass, and they've been doing a decent job in finding opening picks through Blitz. So maybe they want to stick with the same game plan, but Mara's opportunity to get on the microphone. And as mentioned, he's the man of the moment. Everybody looking at him for the system. When you hear Mazinho talking about him, yeah, he says, oh, he's been playing Counter-Strike for 25 years. We do what he says. You got any questions, you ask the boss. He's been with the MONGOLZ project forever throughout organizational shifts. And finding his most success in the last year and a bit.
And the little snippets we get from the players, you know, often levying a lot of the praise and attributing a lot of their success to Mara, the man behind that magic, but often describing Mara's system as one that's focused on firepower. And with controllers yet to post a frag, that starts to look alarming. Can he have at least a kill at the end of this half?
You don't want to harp on it, right? But when he was the highest rated player in stage 3, you need something.
Okay, we're going to see a little bit of a potential collision course set for middle. It's Apex, ZywOo, both kind of poking their nose out, seeing what they can find out. And Flamesy gets info for free.
He's playing smoke jiggle there, so Techno draws that out. Mazinho doesn't activate through apps, but B apps control taken. So,
God, they're proactive today.
That's a lot of moves within the early stage. So this will settle in now at the minute and 20. And it is a slower roll again, but when some of those CT aggressors come your way, you kind of have to sit back and wait, see if there's more. Set up on the radar right now. I feel that this might be another B finish, right? Blitz and controllers over towards B. Normally those two working together for mid space. Techno top mid with the bomb. 9-10 out towards the island box. And Mazinho starting to flow back over now. So they want to try B again.
Time soon to become a factor. Mezzy, last of his grenades thrown out, and it's bang on the money, right between the two of them. 100 damage is ringing, now charging into the site. ZywOo from way downtown chips in. Mezzy goes down though, it's a Mazinho double, we've seen that before. He breaks through with one fell swoop of his rifle. Little wounded from those nades in the exchange. It's Apex that profits, puts Mazinho down. Flamesy and ZywOo from the market side. An attempted boost, it's getting clunky, fumbled, but Controllers has found a frag. Flamesy's down, awkward now, Apex clawing it back, keeps it level, but that time, that bomb is ticking. Apex running in, ZywOo's gone down, and that boost pays off.
That was only a matter of time. Controllers get something, and impactful for the 5th round. Can still tie this up at the halftime break. That was a hard-fought round. You can see Vitality knowing the finances, knowing how deep we are in that first half. They can definitely give that retake a go. It's a nice clear of the smoke there. Connector, ZywOo finding that pick up short, but it's not enough. It's Mazinho, as you mentioned, the double kill. Kid have an impact in the clutch, but this time in the openers towards that B bomb site. I've been talking about Controllers as the highest rated player. Well, Mazinho's been number 2, so we remember him on the big stages early on in his career looking shaky. Not anymore.
Creeping into the side from the short side, left and right.
Here he is, his first 2. Controllers, one of the things, you sit back, you watch the demos, you look at this guy play throughout stage 3, and he was steady with the aim. So finally, the account is open.
And honestly, that's kind of all you need for this half. You know, if your team have got yourself 5 rounds to each side, you're laughing. You can shake it off now. You're growing accustomed to this environment.
This might be quick on an A.
Could very well be. Look at the start. Blitz trying to sell it. Puffing up his chest in middle. Look at Controllers. He's the first man in. Flamesy got a lot to do. They're already set up for his poke of the nose from this spout position. Tucked in dark. Nades in support for the flash. That's lovely team play. Apex sets up Flames and they deny the first. A push, oh, ZywOo's quick to the scope, catches Blitz, trying to pincer in. Job done, round likely won. 5 members of Vitality still alive, and Robs, he's gone walkabout. Here's it, sounds the alarm, lets them know he's got a free frag if they go mid.
Yeah, completely cut them off here. ZywOo went through underpass, Mezzy's still over towards B. There's absolutely no way back in for this one for the MONGOLZ.
You just won't believe it. You won't believe the communication from Techno. ZywOo's underpass. And that does certainly seal the deal. The bomb now disconnected from 9-10, and he's walking to his demise. Beautiful start to this quarterfinal. A 7-5 half competitive. Will it remain that way when we return and swap those sides? 7 for Vitality, 5 for the Mongols, and that's just the first half of play. Competitive, controllers on the board, a slower start. The talisman to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs from the group stage has had a quiet arrival to the extra amplified intensity that is a playoffs in front of a stacked stadium.
Will it be both pistols for Vitality? Will they be able to get the conversion? That's a conversation for the next round. Blitz starting ticket, Mazinho looking like he's going to be sandwiched, other three stacking B. So right now, all eyes on Mazinho and Blitz to batten down the hatches on this A side because Vitality are coming.
The angle Mazinho's playing, tucks on sandwich, he will be playing for the multi here. Does he play ahead of the play? That U-tuck, does it flood in? Does it spread? Looks like he's safe, tucked in. Little bit of support by that smoke. Guys is in for a nice tapper to the head. It's traded by Robs, and a long-range block from Mezzi. Flattens the second piece of the A defense. Scarpering through CT, Mezzi prepares himself for more. Block smoke as if they've still got one. Awkward fight now around the very edge of it. It's Techno that hits a nice little drive-by. With that USP, tapping head. Robs has gone down too. This one is up for debate. Not a certainty, especially with ZywOo missing that P250. They progress further. Planted default, not for ZywOo. Apex has got a lot to do. Survival integral. Tucked on in. 9-10's trying to take a bit. Techno wins his jaw. They can just sit it. This is going to get weird. ZywOo has to run him down. He misses his shot, gets him off. The bomb time is on ZywOo's side. He will secure it. Both pistols for Vitality.
And now it's about the conversion. So that should be enough to get them across the line with the map. 7-5 CT side, both pistols. It is likely going to be the force fight out of the Mongols. They love to go all in. This is a great opener right here from Mazinho, but it's all he can get. You can see he was hoping to peer over the top of that smoke. Great trade there. Bomb gets planted default. That block smoke deeper CT was premeditated. As soon as the bomb went down, Apex lobs that out with a lineup. But now it's about holding on. Scout for 9-10. Blitz in with an M4 that's been dropped across.
Okay, backs himself. It's an exchange actually. Straight out of the gates. Captain on captain up mid. Blitz has that rifle advantage, and now the health advantage with a well-connected HE. Apex gives it up.
Two-man pressed in towards B-Apps behind this smoke. It's about to fade.
If they're searching, Mezzi's ready. And he's got company soon. This is a little unorthodox. Could catch him off guard. Do you overlook the second man? Maybe you do. Maybe Controllers has his moment in the sky. Double kill. Blitz's M4's there, brought to his knees by ZywOo, and it just falls apart like that.
Mazinho out of position for this one, not able to get in, but fast to short. We'll give it a shot. Molly will hold him at bay for now. Oh, he runs through.
No, it won't. Jumps to his demise. Jumps into the jaws of ZywOo.
Yeah, that's back-to-back rounds in this second half where ZywOo has gotten a triple kill. It's up to 16 and 7 now. It's been him and Mezzi. Been putting on a bit of a show. As they do this time, get the conversion. So Mongols humbled early on their map choices. Dust2 up next. Controllers with a double, not enough. Blitz from short, unable to get anything done. ZywOo looking in good form, and a necessary kill there from Robs. 9-10 gets out, could have been some dramas. A hero M4 in the mix again.
Ooh.
You got to make this one count, Controllers. Invested in this one on his own dime. It hasn't been dropped across, so those MP9 kills allowing him to get something a little bit heavier into play.
Look at this pixel. Outrageous techers.
Well, try and get that gun back.
Yeah, forward position from Controllers. Little do they know, they probably didn't know he invested, maybe just by the time to kill. But that was quick, that was swift.
And if you're playing nameplate Counter-Strike right now, you know the B-bomb site will be softened up. Now, sure, this is an eco, so there tends to be a few more risks, a few more snacks taken. But still going through the motions, Vitality. Shouldn't have too many issues getting past this one now.
I can't believe Mezzi's eyes work as well as those. Just beams them, long range on a pixel. Blitz catches Apex lackadaisical.
Yeah, back completely turned to that. So Apex making a mid-round call, looking at one of his teammates, getting caught off guard. That gives a way back into this. 45 seconds on the clock now.
It's a small way, but it's a way.
2 on the side.
You're right.
Make
Only
it
one now. ZywOo makes sure of him. Nice from Blitz. Needed that. Mazinho's missed his deagle opportunity. How many more will he get? None. How has Blitz got 3 kills so far?
Bomb's loose, 30 seconds.
He can actually play around this. Flames is going to come play for the retrieval. Blitz lets him in. And then, he's covered by Robs. Techno brings it into the one-on-one, a deceiving one, because Robs had that every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a shake of the head, a tut of the tongue from Apex. They're getting caught top middle, but then Blitz, a real nuisance with that scavenge back M4 from Controllers' corpse.
Way too close for comfort.
Yeah, exactly. That should have been an easy round for Vitality, but still a 5-round lead. We'll catch this again. Apex looks away, thinks there's absolutely no way anyone's swinging window. Goes down for free. Then Blitz jumps out. They're not ready for that. ZywOo completely loses track of him. And some good trade work from Rops again. Well, the rifle's invested upon. Techno with just an MP9 and ult for 910, but one for ZywOo. It's now or never, MONGOLZ. Your map could be going past this quick.
It's going to be one of those maps that just blink and you miss it.
Orb starting B.
An opportunity for 910. For now, the progress thwarted by the Flames.
In fact, Apex is here is telling us something a little bit different, right? Not taking the mid control right now with ZywOo and Flames. So Apex wanting to keep the variety. That was the first letter of Vitality in the last season. It was always something different, always so creative. Coming into the second half of 2025, haven't been able to rekindle that same fire. But the Major is going to get the reigning champs back right where they need to be.
Break of the smoke. Messi doesn't spot a thing. Smoke removes vision.
Controllers has company.
Sure, Controllers is actually going to dip back into the bricks. Playing for the smoke break, and Messi's there to punish.
Blitz has to go
First
B
blood
now.
is drawn. 910's been waiting a long time for that frag right there. By removing Apex, he can get his aim ready for the potential on that short ramp. Block smoke thrown.
Now it's a game of bluff, right? Do you think the AWP stays on B? Does it rotate away? Do they channel themselves into A? Does 910 move?
That's what they were talking about right now, but they've got to make a move. 28 seconds still now. That looks like the call has been made. 3 Mongolians here. Mazinho confirms presence. They're committing in. Flash is good. Frag is better. Flamesy comes in. Blitz keeps it level for a moment. It's Mezzi's trade work that's getting them deep. Still, with 12 seconds, that bomb needs to be picked up. MP9, not the weapon Techno would have liked. Trying to do it on the US. Denied it, maybe. No, the plant does go down, but it's not consequential. ZywOo gets his eye to the scope and tracks him on his retreat.
That might be map right there. 910 racing through spawn. They have to plant default because of the thorn in the side over towards a ramp. He takes the defender and not the planter.
Oh, so close.
And then left in the 1v1. ZywOo immediately makes good on that round for Vitality.
See it again in that replay.
Yeah, so look at this, 5 seconds. If he takes the planter out right there. But this is it, Techno died, so if he gets traded either way, round is lost. 910 unable to stick the landing on the 1v3. Odds now. Blown out.
Okay, that's one hell of a start. Controllers, but it's a 2 for 1. 3 for 1. ZywOo feeling very comfortable on his sniper rifle. 21 frags to start off map 1 of his quarterfinal. Oh, and that's a nice pickup. Apex again caught off guard. Makes a 4v2 feel a little more manageable. Unenviable position Techno's in here. Solo, isolated with only an SMG.
It feels like they've been iced out. Right? That's a desperate move that they've just made. Hey, let's just fight for the mid control. Let's try and activate our players. See if Controllers can light anything up as he jumps out. Sure, get something.
But for Vitality, they can't believe their luck. It's like, oh, they're actually going to give us the fight.
And it's in the flow of the game, right? When you're in this level of control, you know that eventually it has to change. There has to be some type of an aggressive move. And right now, their players are hitting shots. They aren't missing a beat. As there have been a couple of close moments, but the first half only got competitive because they lost that second round force. So through middle.
Mazinho. He was a shining light in that first half of play. He's given it up there. Flamesy finds him.
And he's searching A. So he'll call sector clear. Likely to see ZywOo and Rops join him over towards this site. And nobody home, so Flamesy ushers in the rest of his team. ZywOo will play for rotations as Techno heads for the hills. Problem that Techno has is it's just an MP9. He's going to be looking to upgrade to something.
There's plenty of carcasses in middle. He may be able to pick at the bones.
We're pretty hollow for the MONGOLZ right now. A statement win over G2 during stage 3. Took down FaZe as well in one of the best of ones. Their opening campaign was a loss to Imperial, but short. Still making 3-1 within the stage. Coming into this, there's always going to be questions about this team, right? The stand-in, over-delivering. I don't think anybody could quite believe it. Some saying he made a deal with the devil to get that level of form. Well, he got them here. Can they get anything else done as Techno really wants to get his hands on something to just get into the M4 upgrade, so something to carry into what will likely be the final round, round number 18. Can take a look at what buys are available. Mara will take the timeout, and this is going to be talking through the last-ditch attempts of what they could offer up in this scenario, but this has been pretty grim. Six straight rounds now for Vitality, 5 in this half alone, both pistols.
Yeah, I mean, for the Mongolian fans, probably most excitement was that second round conversion. Started to see this could have been a real runaway. Immediately taking the momentum away from Vitality, but not to be, not today. These guys are locked in. Zai was feeling very comfortable. Rifle and scope. Look how quick and nonchalant he is with it.
This is the Vitality you want to see in the playoffs of a major.
That's for sure. Your defending champs. Will they have a chance to defend their crown and make it all the way to those finals? It's a long road. Some big names in these playoffs.
Everyone has an M4 for this final round for the Mongols. Want to take the fight over towards A-Ram, looking for space. Zinho and 910 being set up for this. Nobody playing on mid, control their short. Blitz floating around connector and window. Techno with it all to do over towards B, but clamping down on mid control with 4.
Blitz pushes info.
He's got so many nades, and I think this is the better of the options. Another HE left here for even more flak damage. Bang!
Nice counterplay. Robs by being over with the lip. Avoids the brunt of that damage, and now they'll erect for a little boost. Actually, giving away the sound cue. Blitz will have heard that. Okay, fumble. Minor. Robs keeps trying to draw Blitz's attention with that sound cue.
Might change plans. If you can't get the window boost, is the strategy change? So shifting behind the top mid smoke right now. 3 of them congregated. Robs can stay underpass to lurk. Techno's just blocked B, 45 seconds. But no, they're still going to head through middle. Blitz and 910 coming into con to fight. Controllers off a short. This will be a brawl.
Here comes that fight. Vitality have been waiting for it, and at 30 seconds, Blitz will be that first port of call. Oh, he gets ahead of the play! Zaiwu! Quick to the flick, denies Blitz. Nice from controllers, just the one though. 910's down and out. It's Zaiwu that's fragging out. Mzinho's noted. Tucked on Tetris in a 2-on-2, 14 seconds. Zaiwu again! Having a comfortable time in the quarterfinals, securing it comfortably for Vitality.
Now Techno in the 1v2 to keep this alive.
See what he's got. See if he can get past the woo, because he is scoped in and ready for you. 13-5.
Comfortable win for Vitality on their opponent's map choice. Both pistols, you lose the 4 short, but with Zaiwu in that form, 25 kills, and just a spree, not a single CT round for the Mongols. Now they head into enemy territory.
see the match. We see every restart behind it. You see lightning-fast reflexes. We see countless hours building trust. You see a single moment of triumph. We see the 1,000 failures that forged it. Victory isn't just the moment. We win because we reached it together. Level up as one.
I'm winning. I'm shooting my shot and I'm already grinning. You know that I'm one of them, one that you're sending. You know you've been cutting, you know I'm ascending. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning. I'm one of them winning.
The return of Area 51, Alienware's highest performance desktop yet, equipped with powerful Intel Core Ultra processors. Innovative architecture designed for ultimate gaming. Engineered to evolve alongside your game. Encounter the legendary Area 51 at Alienware.com.
Create a lobby by your own rules.
Ropes from Vitality, we're going to be looking at a couple of rounds and break them down. Let's start with the pistol round. What's up with you and Zeus?
Well, Zeus was really good in the first part of CS2 when it released. So now they nerfed, and there's particularly not many angles. This is one of them, and it works really well, I think, when people come out. As long as you are aiming at the guy, you will guarantee the kill. You know, sometimes there's been practices when we do this pistol, they come 4 outdoor, and I'm like, okay, GG, because they're like running behind me.
Right. But tell me one thing, like in the freeze time, do you call this pistol because of your spawn?
No.
Was this planned before that you will do this pistol?
Yeah, it's planned from way before. So I think the spawn is not necessary here to go hot. I think you will be on time with the next spawn. It's kind of up to me to play the Zeus. No one else wants to do it.
I mean, it works out in the end. Not only that you get a nice kill to start the whole game, but also then you follow up with the body. Then you get overwhelmed, but people are there to kind of clean up. Round 12 is next up on the agenda. All right, so we start pretty standard on ramp once again with a molly, HE, the smoke. Some people hold on to their nades way too much. Is there some specific pattern which you prefer or you like to use?
There's always a balance. I mean, I like to use them early. That's what most ramp players do, because I think the worst is when you die early and they get fast map control. I think the more you delay, the more easier it is to play in general. Once you're getting past the first 30 seconds point of the round, that's when already the outside smokes are done. That's when like something has already happened on the map, so that you can take the context of the round, make some rotations, make some decisions, so you don't need to be worried that they're playing fast ramp or whatever.
Okay, in the end it was an A hit, and this is something where a lot of players would struggle to make a decision, because as a ramp player rotating back to A, sometimes you're afraid that you're being held and people are already side and holding heaven and it's unwinnable duel. Sometimes you just have to swing. Not a lot of people will notice, but someone sets you up for that swing, and that someone is Apex with the amount of pressure that he's trying to make. He's shooting here, he's making a kill. There's a lot of chaos now that probably is hard to communicate for Apex, but you're using this chaos to basically make a play. If
you are coming up heaven as a ramp rotation and there's chaos on A, you should swing every time, because more often than not you will catch people in the back, or you will just have an advantage, because there is so much chaos on A after they execute and they don't have everything cleared and there's just nades still up somewhere.
If they hit A and you're in heaven and you're not swinging immediately, you're going to be stuck behind molly, maybe a smoke. I mean, the chance of you making a play just goes down rapidly, right?
Yep.
Robin, this was great. A lot of cool insights. pun intended. Yeah, good luck in the playoffs. If you're going to be playing Nuke, we know who to look out for.
Thank you very much.
What has been your favorite moment in Budapest?
The G2 game, very intense game, very fun to play, and ending up going to playoffs in that game was special.
Probably surviving stage 1 would be the favorite moment when we go through. That was a superb feeling to continue the major run.
Qualifying for playoffs, getting the chance to play in front of in the arena, it's always the best.
Not going home.
I think when we beat Navi, even though we lost so many rounds, like so many scrappy rounds, I felt like good. It felt like we're quite like we're playing like shit, but we're in good shape to some extent. Like somehow like that kicked out. But also, like just qualifying to the playoffs so far has been my favorite. Also the food has been great here, so I'm in love with Budapest.
In Budapest, I mean, a boring answer, but it's qualifying to playoffs, of course. It was a good win against Falcons and a good game overall.
Versus G2 because we won them and qualified.
Favorite moment in Budapest? Probably qualifying and seeing Torres jumping on Cyclone hands.
One, I think I have 2 double kills, and one against Navi and second against Spiro. It's 2 double shots. It's good.
0.4 second defuse.
Well, honestly, I didn't have many favorite moments. I was very sick, but I had some weight off my shoulders when we qualified, when we went to 0 as well, because I felt at my lowest during that time. It was like peak flu, and I was very glad that my team was here to kind of support me.
I think qualifying for playoffs, of course, it was a good revealed, and yeah, it was just a really good moment, and yeah, it was good atmosphere in the arena as well. So it was really nice.
Close to CD. La jungle. Tu cache-toi, va cacher. Ça te court dessus. Je suis caché, but.
C'est posé pourquoi?
Défaut.
Bench.
Ah, non, je sais. Se défuse peut-être, Madou. Go. Nice, Madou.
Nice!
I'm holding window.
Guys, he will be CT or jungle.
Okay, I will be there.
Dead him!
Window!
Bomb, he has the bomb. MG default. Right.
Jump under.
Yeah, I'm there.
He's in jungle running. I should be on the ground.
Maybe
Nice. That's window.
Nice, boys.
Just spoke with Xtaz after that game that they just played on stage, and it was a pretty convincing one. So I asked what was the reason why it was so easy, and he said that the game plan and the shooting of individuals was really on point. Also, they made a lot of adjustments, so they felt really ready for them. And I also asked if there is one thing for the next map that they have to still work on. Any weakness that kind of he was spotting is that players are really slow. Sometimes in the decisions that they have to do in like close clutches or sometimes mid-round, he wants to make it more fluid basically, and this is what basically Xtaz told us that has to carry on over to Dust 2.
Yeah, 6 rounds on the T side for Vitality leaves no room for MONGOLZ to be biting back on their map pick. And in all fairness to the MONGOLZ, they put up a solid effort. A lot of close rounds that Vitality really did have to fight for. But seemingly in that classic Vitality fashion, Jacob, they always seem to make the odds bend in their favor.
That was some of the best Counter-Strike we've seen from Vitality at this tournament. As we said coming into it in the group stage, yes, they got 3 wins, but wasn't always convincing. Always left a bit of room for doubt, especially against Navi. This time around, Devil Walk, as Freya said, there were a couple of close rounds, and there were a moment in the first half where you thought, all right, the MONGOLZ came here to play, but for the vast majority of time, Vitality were not only the better team, but significantly the better performing team as well.
Yeah, it felt like they were in control. It felt like they had the reads. They had, you know, kind of a fallback plan. If the B split came, they had the nade break ready to go. They always found a way to find impact. Ship damage with utility was great from Vitality. You know, it needed to be clutches going in the way of MONGOLZ for them to kind of regain control of this. Super well played from Vitality, and it's looking a little bit dire for the MONGOLZ.
And that's the thing, if you're any of Vitality's potentially future opponents, we're getting wind of an eerily similar Vitality as in the beginning of this year, right? And this is the perfect time to show that.
They're following the script that we saw in Austin. You start off by losing a best of 1, back then it was against Legacy. You think to yourself, uh-oh, is it going to be one of those majors? And then they went on to sweep everything. I'm not saying that's where we are with Vitality right now, but with the way they perform right here, Mirage, the opposition's map pick, the Mongols that brought it to the table, as said, this was some of the best we've seen from Vitality all tournament long.
Yeah, and for the side of Mongols, you know, they obviously had problems getting into the game. We saw controllers struggling in the beginning of it. The pressure got to them a little bit. There's not that many good moments other than they made it close and then kind of lost the grip in terms of the mid game. I don't really see how they win Dust 2. I have a problem with that, but there's plenty of rounds to actually go through before that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's start from the beginning where we thought, okay, maybe this could be a close affair because as ZywOo told you, he'd much rather win the Force than win the pistol, but unfortunately it kind of happened the other way around this time, right?
The other way around for the Mongols. They win round 2, and essentially that was the perfect start to the game for the Mongols. Obviously, you would like to win the pistol and convert, but the second best thing is winning the second round. You see it coming in right here. A rather, you know, strong buy coming in for the Mongols. I do want to point out, though, Vitality got ahead of themselves. Rubs is finding a peak, but then you see two players, Flamesy and Rubs, pushing out Catwalk in the middle of the round. Both of them get punished, and at this point, they just lose control over the map. Messi is trying his absolute best to make up for it, but the Vitality can't really do anything about it. I think at this point, early on, second round in the quarterfinal, you see a Vitality that's been struggling as of late. That was a thing that was on my radar to be like, oh, are you going to force the issue? Are you going to throw away a 5v4? You're playing up against 2 pistols, 2 AK-47. That's a round that Apex wants you to win 9 out of 10 times. So if you're starting the game like that, then maybe we have a game. Unfortunately for the Mongols, they weren't able to follow up on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. This has been the Vitality. Probably the biggest thing about Vitality that they have a weakness on is those anti-ecos, is those anti-forces. And Mongols, as you say, they rightfully took an opportunity that was given to them from some great, you know, deagle work in the beginning of the round. But you got to close that out. You got to make it more of a competitive game once you get that start. It's too little for the Mongols in this starting map. And look at this. ZywOo, Messi, Flamesy. Robs didn't even have to enter the server, essentially, to beat this Mongols on Mirage.
Yeah, if you see Vitality turning up like this, sadly, you're in for a bit of a bad time. Should we talk about some of those situations where maybe Vitality had a little bit of a back foot, but was still able to battle back into it? I think round 8 is another example of that.
That's why I'm so positive when it comes to Vitality and this performance on Mirage, because this is what classified them when they were winning everything, even when it was a 3v3 or a 2v3, like in round 8 in this game, when they have backs against the wall, at a moment in the game that's also competitive. I felt like round 8 was kind of game-defining in the sense that ZywOo winning a 2v3 essentially by himself is what makes Vitality look like a great team again. It's what speaks to ZywOo's rating. I know it was 2.3 or something like that, which obviously is crazy, but by the eye test as well, the impact he found in this game, we have the round right here for you. It's a 2v3. Messi on an MP9, can't do much about it. ZywOo has to find the kills. The bomb is down for the Mongols as well. It's even planted for 910 with an AWP, but as you can see, ZywOo isolating one duel, isolating another duel.
This
then 910,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but probably should have hit that kill, but then ZywOo instantly coming in with the trade. So regardless of that, it would have been it. So yes, on the stat sheet, it looked great for ZywOo, but in terms of impact in this game as well, even better.
Yeah, and we also have another round, round 11, where probably Mongols could pull it back, could actually gain some control. It was the first round where controllers actually got a kill in this map. Great. I want to, like, it's so beautiful what Vitality do to start this round. And it's actually super impressive how Zinjo actually get this kind of speed. He jumps out that BEPs, kind of gets ahead of the spacing. The Vitality player doesn't really realize how much space is gathered. And then eventually Controllers gets into a position where he can actually start fragging, get some duels, get some favorable situations, and they close it out. And that's when I started to think, oh, maybe this is a game. Maybe we got Mongols back on the server. But after that, Vitality just crushed them essentially.
That was the last round they won in the game.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. Second half really said psych, didn't it, Jacob? You talked about ZywOo, obviously, as we always seem to do in these situations. Let's run some ZywOo highlights and just give some props to the man, because always very much put under the microscope for good reason and delivering here.
Yeah, but I think it's very important to take notice of the highlights that hopefully is going to run over your screen now. The impact and how impactful some of those kills were. You can have a 2.0 rating where obviously you had a great game of Counter-Strike, but he was just raw impact from start to finish. You see it right here, the 2v3 that he's winning. The scoreline is 4-3 for the Mongols. If they win this round, it's 5-3, it's an eco on Vitality. Maybe the Mongols will be leading the game 6-3, and we're going to be standing here saying, oh, they were the favorites to win on Mirage. You see it in the pistol as well, coming in with impact. Second force buy right here, they're about to lose it. StarWoo coming in with a triple kill. So all over the map, in every single aspect of the game, whether it was in the beginning, whether it was in pistol, whether it was in a 2v3 clutch, or from the get-go with the AWP, he found impact in every single aspect of what it's like playing Counter-Strike as StarWoo, and that's great to see.
Yeah, he was incredible. I just, it's so hard to find these players who consistently have this amount of impact. He basically clawed their way back into multiple rounds, which could have gone Mongol's way if he didn't finish them off.
And he's a nightmare for Maui Snake right now watching at home, you know, who wants to run on the whole don't being the best player.
17% round swing.
Yeah, that's crazy, you know, and the rating is crazy, the kills is crazy, the impact is crazy, but this is the StarWoo that we didn't get to see after the summer break too much. It's just one map, it's Mirage, it's a quarterfinal, but if he's playing anywhere near this level, then that semifinal potentially tomorrow, or the day after, sorry, versus Donk, that could be the duel between #1 and #2 in the world. And whoever's #1 and who's never #2, I don't know.
That would be so exciting. You know, Devil, give me a hard-hitting opinion here. Do you think there is an ability for Donk to surpass StarWoo as the best player this year, or do you think that's already happened? What's your take?
I mean, I think that Donk is, you know, the best player in Counter-Strike right now. I think that the thing that brings StarWoo above him is because of the accolades, the trophies that he has gotten, which Donk actually lacks. But if you look on the eye test, you look what he does on the server, Donk is #1 for me.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. I think Donk is the most influential player, the most impactful player. I think what he does for Team Spirit, you know, attempting 34% opening rates, opening attempts.
I think it's even more.
It's 34 for this tournament at the very least, you know, and maybe even more after today, winning the vast majority of them. It does feel like it's all about Donk winning Team Spirit, where I feel like Vitality can win without StarWoo, but then again, would you rather be the guy that's StarWoo that won the majors, that won all the trophies, or do you want to be Donk, who's the best player on a team that hasn't won that much, you know?
Okay, so the conversation for #1 player is still open, but I'll tell you the more important argument.
Okay.
The best British player has to be young Mezzy. No?
Who's
Am I
#2?
wrong?
Who's #2?
I don't know. We put in a...
exactly.
Ibex counts, right? Maybe?
I mean, Messi is the #1 player of all time in British Counter-Strike.
You saying above Rattlesnake, Devil?
I think so, yes.
Think so?
100%.
I also think so. And tell me for why.
I mean, he is just great. He's such a, you know, smart player. He's a player you want in your team. He can back you up. He's not an egotistical player. I think it just makes this Vitality teams, when you got stars like StarWoo, you got stars like Robs, you need someone to take that middle ground that can be versatile and do multiple jobs in this team. And I think Messi does that. And I think he does it on a really, really high level.
I think the best way to describe Messi and why he's such a golden figure within Vitality, especially for Apex, is that he's low maintenance. You don't need to cater towards Messi. You don't need to tell him what to do. You don't need to tell him to shut up or stop overreacting or maybe pushing too much. Messi is all about playing the fundamentals 1, 2, 3, 4 correctly. And if anything, I've always, and I don't know about you, Devilwalk, but whenever I had a teammate where I always knew what he was going to do, it makes the players around him perform better. It may not always show up on the scoreboard. It may not always look good for Messi in terms of the stats, even though that I think this year, obviously, has been great for him. He's also been one of the more, I guess, consistent players in this quote-unquote strugglesome period for Vitality. But fact of the matter is, what we can see on the stat sheet is that when you have a player that is as reliable and as low maintenance as Messi, it makes the players around him better, more comfortable, and it's basically Elise's wet dream to have a teammate like that in order to cater for him. Unfortunately, he's in Vitality and he's doing a good job at it.
I don't feel he's there to stay for a long time. No, I totally agree with your sentiment, right? He doesn't seem like, and I'm not throwing any shade to any of the other Vitality players, doesn't seem like an ego player, does Messi?
No, not at all. I mean, he's done everything in Counter-Strike. I think he's played Entry, Prager, Lurk. I think he's IGL.
He was.
You know, he's done, he's like jack of all trades, and he can probably cover for every single role. If they would lose the Flame Sea in the round, he can cover the entering. If they need a lurker that can take the timing and find information, he can do that as well. So, like you say, it is one of those things. It's a player that gives you confidence because you don't have to worry about what he does.
But it's also an easy job in the sense. I just want to say that, right? Because if you're Messi, of course, you went from Fnatic into this lineup, right? So you went from a team that was nowhere near winning anything. So whatever you're being told to do in Vitality, you jump as high as you possibly can, whatever Apex says jump. You're playing next to Sairu. He's going to win some trophies for you, and we saw that the first 6 months. So I respect Messi an awful lot.
Messi's going to help Sairu win trophies. Don't say he's getting a free ride.
Okay.
On the other side of things, though, MONGOLZ, obviously this is not the way they wanted to start their quarterfinal, but just in terms of the expectations for MONGOLZ overall, I feel like a lot of people slept on them actually making it to the top 8. It is a little bit of a surprise with this particular roster. How much of a disappointment, quote unquote, is this first map if we're just looking at the wider context of this top 8?
I think if you just look at the score, 13-5, obviously that's disappointing. You picked Mirage for a reason. The last 2 times you played Mirage against Vitality, you actually beat them on it. So in that regard, it's disappointing. But as we said, in Mirage, or on Mirage, sorry, round 13, round 14, round 16 was all around where Vitality survived with 1 player. And the MONGOLZ were leading the game 4-3. So if you're Mara, you're saying to your boys, yes, this game didn't pan out the way we wanted to, but it was much, much closer than the scoreline actually reflects. So am I disappointed they didn't do better? Yes. Is it a disaster? No.
But is it close enough to be confident going into Dust 2?
Not at all.
I think that's the problem where I see it, because, you know, Vitality, they're gonna have an easy picking on the B side. They struggle in 2-man setups, MONGOLZ on this map. I also think that on the T side, they can't really apply their, you know, Mirage philosophy of high pressure Counter-Strike, fast pacey. It's not feasible on this Dust 2 comparably to a Mirage. So I think they have to play almost out of their comfort zone on a map like Dust 2 comparably, and that is why I just feel like, yeah, I mean, we can look at the odds. It's looking very, very, very likely that Vitality is going to make this a 2-0.
Anything that we can pull on from the CT side of the MONGOLZ, then that's where they're going to be starting on this Dust 2. Devil Walk paints a bleak picture. Can you give me any ray of hope, Jacob?
It's tough, to be honest. You'd love to see 910 come in with an awful lot of impact with the AWP, but he didn't really show up on Mirage either. Pointed them out coming into the game as well, having a bit of a shaky tournament. Controllers, we spoke about it, having a fantastic group stage. This is the first time he's on a big stage at a major playoff. He didn't show up on Mirage, so it's very hard for me to give you anything in that regard. To make the matters worse, Vitality, Dust 2, they played the map 32 times in 2025 and they won 28 of those. That speaks for itself. They played it twice against the MONGOLZ in 2025 and they won both times. So no, I can't do what you're asking me to do right now, Freya. I don't think the MONGOLZ will be able to win Dust 2, but I sure as hell hope they will.
If there's anything, it needs to be on Blitz, it needs to be on 910. They need to figure out and read the game plan from Vitality, be on the right side at the right time. That's the actual win condition for them, because Vitality is too good. They need to overpower them on the sides and defend it.
So it's smelling like a GG then, Jacob.
It's not an overpass, but this game is over.
It's not over until it's over. We do have Dust 2 and one more potential lifeline for the MONGOLZ to grab onto if they want to keep it here in Budapest.
All right, the desk has already put a fork in this one. They're saying this one's done. They're saying there's no chance for the MONGOLZ. T-start for Vitality. We'll see if it is going to be more of the same.
As soon as they don't have MVP, the utilities guys, they will not play as usual, okay? They will try to do something. Being a bit more aggressive, early or mid-jump.
And there's some aggressive moves right there. Mezzi was ready for it just to get the party started. Unloading the dual Berettas, it's Flamesy that surges forward. Techno will keep them level, and they are rushing up long. It's 910, that USP to try and track the cross.
Apex can smoke this.
Smoke comes out.
No good. They'll
have a gap, and if they hit that shot, it would have got awkward. Bomb makes it across safely. Techno's quite quick to this. He's hearing multiple bodies on the long side. Maybe you can isolate one towards rough pot shots. Not going to connect. How do you reformat here? Lots of info from that pass there from Robs. Apex going to try and make a play, knowing it's all coming CT Central. Easy onto controllers, and it's just like that. Easy peasy, a third pistol for Vitality.
Yeah, bang on there, and the rounds just continue to get added to the tally. That's now 8 consecutive, so the close of Mirage now into Dust 2. The winning ways continue for the reigning champs. And let's be honest, group stage is meant to be a formality of a team of this caliber. This is how they're kicking off their true major campaign. They win this, Spirit up next. Donkey in fierce form. The Zwei game that'll be remembered to get past Falcons and break the curse. Force back from the MONGOLZ. A couple of scouts, MP9s, and Deagles into this one. They're able to win a force. over on Mirage. It's going to be hard to do the same now. And controllers, you can't be starting 0-8 down. You need to get the account opened early. Speaking of early, a lot of mid-control. Minute 20 seconds. Apex down in the gully alongside of Flamesy, Robs, Zaiwu, and Mezzy the tail. They can just take this short space as the tag comes through. So Apex kept on notice, but they have so many nades for an execute. You look at this, the smokes, the flashes, the mollies for the second string. Flames of the MAC-10 will take the space as the rest now congregate behind and start to set up.
Blitz does still have that HE. Might want to try and get some significant damage, softening him up for his scout. He stays active.
They're going to pop into this. Nades are lined up now.
Yeah, so Smoke gets dribbled forward. It's a flashbang deep to try and slow him down. Will he get that HE right on the money? Up close and personal, 9-10 going to try and mantle forward off the flash, but down goes Blitz. It's Mzinho with a chip in, long-range Desert Eagle. Progress forward, still ramp occupied, 9-10's MP9. Nice burst from the Galil, removes Mzinho, but there's 9-10. Stubborn on his sight, little pixel burst. He finds the head of Mezzy.
Apex is low.
This is uncomfortable now. Don't forget that scout put it onto Apex. Has him vulnerable, 9-10. Masterful control, threatening from Robs. Confirms another, but he's got no time for this. He's got to run it down. Bomb's not retrievable in time. 10 seconds, Robs. He lays down arms, accepts defeat. Again, MONGOLZ fight back after the pistol loss.
That's their first CT side round of this series. And that one is going to be a welcome relief from that losing feeling. So yeah, that scout tag, the nade coming through. The deagle shot from Mzinho. And then 9-10 makes good with the MP9. So an AK saved, and we've been here before. Now we'll be back and forth. Look at this, ahead of the Flames, just chips in for one, knows he needs to value his life, and then just such an annoying force for the second. Apex low, trying to run out of dodge, gets caught, and that's round. Triple kill for 9-10. That means he gets an AWP.
Crucial weapon on this map.
Yeah, controllers will just fill the void of Senzu, playing the mid-to-B player. So he'll be over towards that side of the map with Techno. This is fast, straight up the gut.
Blitz has managed to get that info. Spots Flamesy poking his nose outdoor.
So no gap. If you start like classic 3-2 for long plays and B defense, they can tend to be a mid-to-B gap, but not right now.
Apex is hoping to catch someone rotating back. Early short venture. 9-10 ready with that AWP, a power position now if they were to try and test A.
So they have smokes for it again. It's all about the pathing, right? Are they going dry? No, here it comes.
Okay, oh, in the open, Mzinho, he stands and delivers. At least a headshot onto Apex, now 9-10. Does deliver on the sniper rifle, just the one. Robs keeps him humble, sits him down. Sight is theirs.
Tough on the retake, looking to channel all through short. Got the AWP now for Zaiwu. He locks down long, there's no way back into this.
That's controller's taking the only kit all the way round long. If he can't get past Zaiwu, they're not going to be able to defuse with that 5 seconds. Controller's dead, kit is lost, and so is the hope. How are you supposed to get back in here? Still 3 members of Vitality ready. Robs ready, but receives a headshot. Techno does well.
Safe plant.
Yeah, awkward. Look at Techno making moves. Mezzy will punish. Blitz has got nothing he can do. Sure, a safe plant. Mezzy confirms he's not on it. And Zaiwu's going for wall bangs. Hits him once, hits him twice. Confirms he's off the bomb, and the 3rd time's the charm.
All right, well, if you're going to give the Wu his signature weapon, he's going to deliver.
That's tough.
Yeah, that one really hurts, especially with Mzinho in transition, getting the first, 9-10 even grabbing one on the way in. You were bang on about controllers heading around long as soon as he's gone. If he went short, they're in the side, they could defuse behind the single box, but he's so noisy. Zaiwu knows it's coming from miles away, and controllers off to another rough start.
Damn, Mezzy.
You're hoping that the 28-year-old journeyman had found his destination here in the playoffs, but it's just tough as we're going to pipe out long early.
Yeah, we're straight into the headshots, though. Robs straight out. How often you see Robs leading the charge?
And those odds are now blown completely open, aren't they? Up a tunnels push.
Yeah, this looks like it's a free Flamesy frag. Blitz caught crouching.
Just some details to note with Vitality, right? You can see that the comms are flowing. There's ideas. They're using their spawns. That's why you're seeing Robs go out long first in that situation. And MONGOLZ are just reeling. We always knew it was going to be tough with the stand-in, but he stood up in the group stage, and right now, it's a whole different story.
Oh, Apex even confirms aggression is afoot. Techno about to receive that MAC-10 burst or not. He lets his teammates deal with it. Mezzy prepared and handles it with grace.
Okay, well, this might be one of those games where we just have to bask in the glory of excellence right now. Could just be another domination station as ZywOo punts in the final. And that was the fourth. This will be the eco. Likely to be 4-1 as MONGOLZ out of their depths at the moment. It was shaping up to be a rivalry, right? You talk about MONGOLZ in back-to-back series being the first to beat Vitality in 2 consecutive matchups. Here's Rops out long again. Then they lose Senzu. Then the entire conversation around how good this team can be is brought into disrepute, and they surprise us once more by making it through to the playoffs here in Budapest. But
another one.
Does the journey just come to a close here? And keep jumping across. He's just testing his reactions right now.
Just farming ADR. 9-10 onto Apex is a bit bizarre. Not going to cost them too much. Flamesy strong on the Molotov. ZywOo's happy to take a pot shot with that P250. He's done ridiculous things with that pistol. And this one is just pedestrian. Just like that, Vitality set themselves up. Strong cushion of rounds when the guns do come back out here, round 6.
And there'll be no 9-10 AWP this time round. It's going to be rifle heavy. And you heard what Xtaz said on the way in. When there's no AWP in the mix, expect aggression. Let's see if MONGOLZ offer that up and if Vitality heed the warning of their coach. No long spawns to really make this one too aggro at the start. They can always pop off of a second timing. And as they juggle flashes across, that's exactly what they're hoping to do.
There's a strong lean.
Yeah, they've started foraying. This is to negate pace. They haven't gotten that now, so they leave Mazinho up to his devices. There's a long corner smoke thrown out. Those flashes at the ready. Mezzy, Flamesy, ready to break through as Rops is on the lurk.
Okay, but this smoke, and yeah, Mazinho's going to immediately just turn tail, just tucks deeper, anti-flash with 9-10 sticking around to lend a hand. Turning the flashes, 9-10 loses vision. Mazinho stays stable, solid as a rock. Delivers a double kill. Sends Vitality packing. Apex the next victim. Gruesome twosome, they get 3, and Blitz as he dismounts, that could leave it vulnerable. Yeah, that's the audible. Yeah. Rops will punish.
This is Rops and ZywOo. And with the form ZywOo's in right now, I don't think you can count them out of this 2v4 situation.
No, these two, they are a potent pairing.
Okay, so how do they piece this together? Short control. Controllers on the side, 9-10 floating between CT. They would have heard that nade. Controllers need something in this situation.
He's been caught out. Oh, okay. Missed shot from ZywOo. Playing forward. Controllers doesn't want to give up this advantage, but there's so much pressure being thrown his way. A missed shot, a missed nade. He finds Sanctuary, and it's going to be easy for ZywOo onto 9-10. Rops is gone. His partner in crime removed. And with only 30 seconds, is there really a way for ZywOo to make his way back in? Oh, absolutely not, says Mazinho.
4 for him in the round. That is a rock-solid defense along from the young buck. Beautiful work. You can see it being set up, the corner smoke. He repositions, so it feels like they read the scenario. They understand what's coming their way. Burrows in, able to play off his teammate and just delivers. That's a confidence-building round. Sure, a little bit shaky there for the final throws of that against those two. But this is it again. So the flash has rallied over, 4 of which is getting piped in to deal with him on a corner position or up close and personal. And he is hitting hard. He was one of the key factors back on Mirage on their T-Hall as we are underway. Bit more of a standard round right now. Flames and Rops with tunnels control. Apex top middle, ZywOo and Suicide and Mezzy. Just applying pressure at long doors. So they get the mid control for free right now. They're ahead of the timing. This long door smoke comes in. You might not be expecting this on A. They might just contact out.
Really cheeky. 9-10's in a position, though, to receive. Flamesy put down, bullet to his belly. 9-10 goes searching for more. Love to see this confidence on display, but he's going to fall away as the nades are thrown. You've got that man advantage. Can you hold on to it? That nade's going to do some damage, just a little tickle.
There's 3 here.
And that's, oh, a quick headshot. ZywOo couldn't react in time. Rops falls as well. Bomb now spotted. Body's in the right place on that B-bomb site.
Yeah, upper tunnels might be the coffin right now. This one, Mazinho's pushing long.
Controller's happy to biff. You want to take a fight, Mezzy?
That's his first frag.
Apex will keep it at 1. Walking forward, Techno and Blitz are ready, and they ain't missing a beat. Just the one casualty. Back-to-back rounds now for the Mongols.
Need to take stock right now of the Vitality finances, and maybe Xtaz wanting to go in with a timeout. Next round, they're going to be having 2,400 loss bonus after these 2 consecutive, but there's room for a couple of AKs. They haven't gone all in here, so they've gone a hero AK, some pistol upgrades. Let's see how much they can get out of this. AK is going to be starting over towards tunnels. Long pressure again, but that's again just to keep the pressure on the A defense.
Look at him go. 9-10, getting cheeky, punished immediately.
That's going to sting.
Oh, that's awkward. Robs, the only Controllers went crazy walking through the doors, and Flamesy can't believe his luck. He finishes off the job.
Yeah, he was just trying to be the trash man, take the gun away.
Yeah, didn't anticipate such forward positions.
Those type of plays, you can see, that is the stress. Right, we talk about pressure. Just take a look at how Controllers has been functioning. You've done the hard work. There's a hero AK, Khalil, some upgraded pistols. They weren't all in.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to fight their way back into this round, and that's the first stepping stone.
Yeah,
Zinho reclaimed long.
They're gambling A, right? Techno's playing and hedging for this A side. There's no smokes for the mid to be available with the T side. So the call for the stack may be worth its weight in gold right now. You need this one back, Mongols. You can't let this slip up. You didn't play anti-eco.
Oh, 9-10's going to be biting through his fingernails watching this transpire. That's a nice one back. Techno taps Mezzi. And look at him, Zinho. He knows they might pivot. He tracks them, times it beautifully. Oh, and a bust to the head of Zywoo. Mzinho's keeping the Mongols competitive. Rops retrieves the bomb, picks up the AWP and removes Mzinho. A clutch taking shape before our very eyes.
Knows he has an open runway straight towards B. Mr. Cool will be able to get the bomb down. Blitz 20 HP, Techno 28. Between the two of them, no defuse kit right now.
Picked one up.
Okay, so that's going to change the dialogue.
He wants more. With 14 seconds left, he's going to bring the fight. Oh, and he isolates.
Has to plan now.
Has to hold it. Techno in the clutch to deny Robs the 1v3. Mzinho's heroics could mean absolutely nothing if Robs can close this one out. Has no info on Techno's approach. Coming in through the window side. Robs hoping to react. Caught off. Techno gives him a warning shot. Gets awkward now. Mongols go down. It's Robs stepping up and delivering.
That's a partial buy, but this kid's the closer. Puts this Vitality jersey on. He's the Midas touch, and right now he's keeping him in the lead, 5-3. You just work back into the game, a couple of hard-fought rifle rounds. The gamble stack looked good, the push out long, you felt you had everything. Rops in a 1v3 situation, juggling guns just for fun.
Understandable timeout. Mara knows that one is going to feel like just a knife to the lung, take the air right out of you.
Yeah, but we're talking about how the round finished. Think about how it started, right? In that situation, maybe they're expecting the full buy, not the partial. Either way, 9-10 on his own. You're not playing anti-eco, anti-force. You're playing aggressive Counter-Strike. Controllers lost in the source. No other way to put it.
Bang. Swaps out. Khalil plays aggressive. 10 seconds on the clock. He plays it to perfection. Techno's going to be screaming that he shouldn't have missed that shot. Robs was counting on it.
Yeah, in that situation, he's playing with house money, and when Zywoo lets out that type of reaction, you know you've done good. As the reaction on the other side of the server leaves a lot to be desired, but timeout taken. Need to steady yourself now, Mongols. Next happy with that. Big submission the buy right now. Controller's just down to a pistol. Almost back in the mix. No kit.
They're just getting short whenever they want to, aren't they?
Yeah, this control has been taken extremely easily. And again, it just opens the avenue to the mid to B plays, the short executes.
Just pulling you around like a pendulum.
But Mzinho's been strong, starting over towards the ramp right now. A4 in hand. Apex maybe throwing out some utility towards long again, and it's going to constrict the vision of 9-10. Does he play ahead of this? Gonna have to get, you're in a box on A right now.
Yeah, and you're already losing bodies. Mzinho ramp. What a shot! Quick tracking, minimal visible, still manages to deliver, but Zywoo's ready for your reapproach. Robs with a quick tap to the head of Blitz, and surely that's curtains for round 9. Techno a jump spot. Secured by Apex, comfortable and Controllers. He's been spotted too. The hunt is on. Holding his nerve, holding his M4 as best he can, but another round for Vitality. A 6th for their T-side haul. Controllers just trying to hold on to that M4 as best he can, and he's doing God's work with 2.
He's going to be allowed now to keep this into the next round. ZywOo and Mezzi both over towards long are just going to hold on to their guns, but this will be the 6th for Vitality. And coming into this veto, I thought, okay, turn the screws on MONGOLZ. You can pick Nuke, you can go into Overpass, 2 weaknesses in their map pool. But no, deciding Dust 2 is the best turf to get this done in a 2-0 fashion. If we do go the distance, Nuke waits in the wings, but at the moment, sure, it's only a 3-round gap, but Vitality, they are back in action and delivering the type of Counter-Strike that we came to know and love in the first season of 2025.
He was just so ready for 9-10. He's in his head.
Just as soon as that long corner smoke goes down, the A site's in a box, right? You don't have short control, you don't have anything.
Oh, it's nightmare fuel.
You can't get away with anything in that situation. It's a one-saved M4. It is going to have to be the eco around this. So controllers, we've been saying your name an awful lot, but not for the right reasons, and you've been put in a tough position. It's only your 2nd major. You're in the MONGOLZ jersey now, not the Chingas Warriors. You had a great group stage, all eyes on you. The underdog's back, but lacking the bite. It's not just him, right? It's that the whole team needs to be able to start pulling this off, but at the moment, he's the one with the saved M4.
This is what they've set up for. Little boost with that saved M4. Flamesy, the one that could fall victim to it. He's only got the MAC-10. Controllers remains hidden, hopes to catch him on his progressions, but Flamesy jump spot confirms it.
But now you know where the M4 is, so what's the call? Do you immediately react off the back of that?
I think Flamesy just wants to be a little wizard of chaos. Getting flashed in, getting the info. He's going to play with absolutely no fear on that MAC-10, facilitated by the util of Apex. What a luxury this MAC-10 affords you. You can just leap around those corners.
Just blitz on B.
And it is just a USP. Blitz to be discovered here. Best bet is hide, and we'll do so. ZywOo removing Techno's aggressions on the short side. It's Rob's ready for Blitz's reaction, just so comfortable. There's the controller's M4. He was boosted up, catches 1 from CT side. Flamesy hears this, knows multiple bodies encroaching. 9-10 has managed to hit a crazy one with his Desert Eagle, so there is definitely a conversation!
Oh, what?
That's a conversation starter! Pushing through, awkward though! The AK does nothing, it's up to controllers. Has he got it in him? Up against 2, held at the door, removes the wound, and then he's too much to handle!
They kept the pressure on there, didn't they?
9-10.
A couple of absolute scorches there on the dig, but not enough. 7-3, this half's gotten away from them, and that's saying something. The Vitality want to keep the heat, keep the pressure. They've got some good long spawns into the next here. Great trade from Mezzi. Flamesy probably can't believe what just happened, and then just waltzes into the site, continues to remove as the clock ticks down. Great effort there from Mr. Merriman again. Coming out long.
Yeah, fast long. Jumping straight out. Not this time, says Mzinho. Wow, the flashes. They caught them both, but Apex, he's the one that survives and thrives. Job done, long taken. Territory afforded to you. Look at him go.
Robs has heard controllers, he knows.
Oh, and he's booked him.
He heard him. He just went noisy across the mid doors.
He's been an elephant throughout this quarterfinal.
Perfect lurk.
Oh, good catch from 9-10. Overswinging his Apex.
Scrambling into the mid to B right now.
Should be the play. Smoke is up, but the fight is won. Techno goes down. B site wide open. Mission accomplished. Replenishing that mid to B smoke. It's going to limit your options. In a rush on Vitality, so
they have the rotations covered. Like ZywOo could have just stayed there and worried about lower. He's worried about T-spawn push. That was the only gap, and Blitz finds 1. Is that the way back in?
He certainly could. He heard the retreating ZywOo, knows this could be occupied. Smoke to block the doors. Flamesy responsible for that side, and now walking into the AWP, and ZywOo's not going to miss the beat, not going to miss a shot. And 9-10 would rather preserve that AWP into the last. One last chance. They're trying to find that 4th round. It's eluding them.
This is stunning form from ZywOo. This is exactly what you want to see from one of the world's absolute best Counter-Strike players of the game. 25-8 on map number 1 right now. He sees himself sitting at the top of the tables, 14-6, and just delivering on the AWP. This is a guy who sometimes Apex, the in-game leader, talking about him as a hobby AWP. If Matthew doesn't want AWP, he doesn't have to AWP. Well, today he's decided that weapon in his hands is the weapon of destruction against the Mongols. They are just going to buy in whatever they can afford behind that saved AWP. A couple of MP9s, there's a FAMAS, there's an M4. But this feels pretty hopeless right now, if I'm going to be really honest.
Yeah, you get like little glimmers of hope. Mzinho aggressing long. Of course, a Rob's clutch. It's like anything that you can do, Vitality can do better. The individuals are shining bright in that quarterfinal stage. That Robs and Zaiwu pairing.
This is a head-to-head that Vitality once used to dominate. MONGOLZ have beaten them the last two on the trot, so this one's going to feel damn good for Vitality, and they've had some woes throughout this season. Sure, top fours, one trophy, a couple of grand finals. The reigning major champs in pursuit of greatness. Apex looking for his fourth major. So using the potential accolades as the motivation now. Exchange of bottle of flames there. Won't hold them at bay for too long though. And they're pivoting straight off of that, so be worried about a response. Mid door's blocked. Be the same.
Oh, that's an invitation for them. Blitz is in trouble. Trapped up close, little support. Gonna play off it with the MP9. Nearly gets Flamesy there. Backing away, trying to hope and finish with push through instead. He's done an awful lot. Apex trying to punish though. And 9-10 just deleted. Little uncrouched, one tap, caught off guard. Clothesline by the Mzinho. FAMAS is more progress up short side. Blitz spotted, trapped on the side. Support from Mzinho, solid as a rock once more. A triple kill from him puts us into the clutch. It's Zaiwu to do it all with only 20 seconds. And not in Mzinho's watch. Gives them something to work with. It's looking like the major ends here for the Mongols. Mzinho's trying to keep them in it. Vitality, way too strong. Doesn't look like we'll be seeing a third map. At least Mzinho's trying his hardest. Top of the scoreboard for the Mongols, but Zaiwu and Robs a potent pairing. Securing an 8-4 scoreline. Dust 2, this is their turf. Mongols in enemy territory and feeling the pressure of playing against the reigning champ.
Let's go, boys. Let's be cynical. Let's play good city, okay? Guys, if they start to win rounds, then let's stay composed, okay? It's fucking important.
Locked in right now.
Let's stay cynical. Interesting framing. I like it.
Double nades on this CT side. Is that for smoke breaks? Either way, mid door's puffed up. ZywOo close shot with the Berettas.
A pistol would be brilliant just to get your Mongols side started.
Yeah, 0 and 3 in that category.
ZywOo flashed up short and happy to catch anyone on the uncrouch. Blitz progressing in, gets spotted out. The dual Berettas are out, and he spots multiple bodies towards that Xbox position.
They're going to go mid to B right now.
Yeah, they're quick about this. As he's going to have lots of work to do. They do need the smoke, and Flames is catching flash from the flame. ZywOo just jumps on down, starts unloading his mag, finds 2 frags. A 3-on-3 gets weird now. Mzinho's forward position with the bomb on his back, but he hasn't got any support.
He's marooned on an absolute island right now.
Gets weird when that smoke fades. He's going to feel so vulnerable from CT. It's blitz loud.
He can volley
Stampeding
this.
forward. He certainly could. You're right. The Molotov makes life awkward. Traps his head, taps, and you're dead. It's another pistol. Robs takes it, secures it with composed taps on that USP.
Yeah, ZywOo gnarly with it, just jumping down. They're locked in the mid doors in the mid to B. The dual Beretta is coming from behind, forces you forward. You're smoked off at B doors. You're locked out of everything.
So calm.
And this is it from Rops, right? Removing that of Techno coming in through upper tunnels. That's impact, right?
One.
You remove one string of the mid to B split. Well, it's just a mid prong that you have to worry about. Rops has got a 1v3. He's got some pistol impact, 16 and 7. He's in good form alongside of ZywOo right now. We're witnessing pixelated perfection.
That's why ZywOo and Rops on the same team is such a, just a joy for Counter-Strike fans worldwide to watch them both in action, both hitting that playoff form in unison.
It's one of the facts we talk about, right? We're the team that went on to have probably the best Counter-Strike season of all time in the first 6 months. What gets you out of bed in the morning, right? What wakes you up? What gets the adrenaline pumping? Sure, you want to keep winning trophies, but it's hard to bring the level of focus that you need. And now the major, well, that'll get you out of bed, that'll get you working, and that'll get you in this type of form. So the motivation to be the first team to go back-to-back with major titles since Astralis in 2019.
It forces your team's name, your individual names, to be in the same breath of that of Astralis.
Well, rifle round, MONGOLZ. This is the dying light of your major campaign. And
okay,
a massive
look at
name.
Look at him go. He wants this one done. He's got a hot date tonight. Flamesy charges in for 2. Kicks up a fuss. Aggressive MP9 just bringing that aggression. I can't quite believe Rops is already heading for that flank. 9-10 and Blitz. Separated, searching mid for 1. Apex responsible. Just the jump spot, trying to keep it safe ahead of that util. Could have Apex here. It's a huge gap. He's managed to thread the needle of, but I'm not sure Blitz would have the same luck.
Even if they get into B and they get the bomb down, they're going to be playing a 4v2. They have a couple of key pieces of utility right now that we can help work this together with, but it seems awfully quiet, doesn't it? So worried about a player infesting upper tunnels is Blitz. He's going to understand the situation in a moment. 910's actually playing forward. He's not going to play with Blitz on the site. He has this smoke. They could use that for doors, but he wants a kill to make this a little bit of an easier site to defend.
Yeah, he's going to be given a chance here onto Apex. Not if Robs denies! Saves his captain from a red face in an awkward round.
Now you won't even get a plant.
You might not even get it. Weird volley, they can push him on that, he knows it. Fake plant, gives time for the rest to encroach. They're gonna run at him. They know the pressure's on him to plant, let Robs play first. Such impact on his site, so far away from it.
Well, the rest of the map was silent, right? Robs pushes through, finds nothing. It's like, well, they have to be tunnels, they have to be B. Saves Apex.
That could have been weird.
And that right there confirms what I think we all already knew. Vitality just a handful of rounds away now from locking themselves in for another top 4, another semi-final. Spirit away. Donk up next. And I think this was the expectation. Maybe not in this level of form. Maybe not this dominant across 2 maps.
God,
but Vitality are taking care of business.
Yes,
oh,
they
look
are.
at that. That moments before disaster, crosses the line of sight. Apex can't quite believe it. And the bodyguard gets himself up to 18 frags as he's having a good old time out there, Apex.
And yeah, that you can see the faces disillusioned, accepting their fate. Rob's caught on the tag. Mazinho's scout doing something. ZywOo's orb doing everything. Forward position of Blitz. This might catch ZywOo off guard here. Great pathing, never mind. Missed shot both ways. Blitz has the bomb as he takes that fight. Takes down ZywOo, and Mezzy hears you pushing. You're not clearing. Techno completely booked. Weird round now, they're heading big. Oh, Mezzy. Masterful little burst, gets brought down by controllers. Reveals they're both there. The flash assist tells them everything they need to know. 3 HP on Blitz.
Take a breath, take a moment. Settle into this 2v2, flash and go.
But where's the bomb going? He's got other plans. Controllers trying to save it. Okay, everyone from Vitality is just hitting some stunning bursts. Blitz for the clutch. He knows eventually they have to cross. Oh, Apex is barrel baiting. Do they double swing him? Do they dare? No! They're playing with their food, John.
They're making this look damn easy now. There's one more round, and this one's done. First day of the playoffs here at the StarLadder Budapest Major. Going to come to a quick conclusion. Mirage was 13-5. Looking to do one better now on their home turf of Dust 2 in this series.
Go on.
Oh, that's a pre-fire. He's pre-firing there as he dances, but here we go. Final round. Odds are blown out.
And they're just walking through smoke to this point. Blitz is playing with no fear.
The bomb again.
Yep.
He's walking out mid doors through a smoke. First contact with the bomb.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's found the opener.
He certainly has.
I think he's been given a freebie there just because of the domination that's been on display. A missed smoke, a sky ball. You've got the number advantage short. You're working with very limited utility, just a handful of flashes. And this is all against you right now. Red carpet rolled out for Vitality to get it done, even still.
You heard it from the listen-in. Play cynical. Nice shot on the flick up.
They're playing behind this short smoke.
Oh, both of them. Okay, flashes come in. Nearly a bit of a team kill. It's a double kill from FlameZ. 2 headshots, one through the smoke, and that flick definitely connects. Vitality, they are hitting that playoff stride. Quick taps to close. Domination on display. MONGOLZ sent home.
Vitality back in prime form, and it's bloody beautiful to watch. The reigning major champs dumps to the MONGOLZ, the undeniable underdogs done.
They show tenacity in the face of adversity, but reigning champs packing their bags for them, keeping it quick, keeping it efficient.
Questions arose, were Vitality predator or prey? Well, here's your answer. Spirit up next in the semi-finals. Their next task is taken on Donk and the boys. That'll be coming your way on Saturday, but they have made this stage their home, delivering a quick
Vitality annihilate MONGOLZ here in the quarterfinals and find themselves moving straight on into the semis. ZywOo, you were masterful, you were dominant, you looked so confident within this game. Did you just feel like you hit your stride, you were hitting your flow of game, you could do what you needed to do?
I just need what I need to do, like you said. Just the game was flawless for me and for the team as well. So obviously it's, I think, hard for the opponent to face us when it's like this. So obviously we have a good game today.
And talking about that, how you came into this as a team, mentally, getting ready for this, what did you feel that was the difference maker here for you guys?
Obviously the difference between the start of the season and now is the mentally and actually the individually as well. I think we are pretty confident individually, the calls and everything like this is making us in a perfect mood as well. So now we feel pretty good for that.
Obviously, individually, everyone could see it in the arena or home during the streams, but you were hitting every shot. But tell me about the game plan a little bit. Was it so easy because the game plan worked as well? Was the preparation on par with the individualities that you pull off?
Obviously the preparation is one of the parts that make the game more easier, but I think it wasn't only about the preparation, it's about what we want to face against Mongols. We know they like chaos game and we don't want that. Obviously when they're like crossing out the smoke individually as well, they're pretty good normally, so obviously we didn't want that, and I think we try to counter that for this game.
Statistically speaking, I think this was one of the most dominant T sides that you have pulled off throughout the whole major. I'm not sure if you're even aware of the numbers. Probably you will after the game, but can you tell us a little bit through this? Is like a personal matchup was really comfortable for you, or was it something that you specifically prepared for Mongols?
I won't say it's like we are confident or like comfortable against them, because we lost the last matchup. We lost them the last matchup against them, so obviously it's always pretty hard to play them. But when we are ready to face the Chaos Mongols and to face this individually as well, I think we are pretty confident in our role, our individually, and also the team calls.
Now the next game you're going to have will be going up against Spirit. Just give me your thoughts on that, knowing that's who you're going up against in a couple of days' time.
I mean, like always, it's going to be a close game. I think, like, you know, last time we played them, it was really close. Like, both teams could have won this matchup, so obviously we are not overconfident or anything. We just need to show our A game against them. We need to, anyway. So obviously it's going to be a big game for this major semi-final, so obviously it's going to be a good game to play, obviously.
It's going to be a good game to watch as well. Guys, one last time, put your hands together, make some noise for Vitality and ZywOo!
Vitality arrived with a sting in their tail and a full speed ahead to the semi-final, as Stiko and Banks pointed out, versus Spirit nonetheless. And that is going to be a very interesting one if Vitality can show up in the same fashion they did today versus the Mongols.
That's the thing. For the first time in this tournament, I think we saw Vitality play incredible good Counter-Strike. I know in the group stage when they beat Na'Vi, there was a close, hard-fought game, but left a little bit to be desired, to be completely honest. In this quarterfinal, make no mistake, that was a Vitality at their peak. That was a Vitality we haven't seen in a very long time, and fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed they can turn up like that in the semi-final.
Yeah, and what a matchup against Spirit and Donk, you know, kind of a matchup of who's going to be that #1 player versus #2 player in the world. So a lot of excitement for that matchup. But yeah, like you say, Vitality, ZywOo, Robs, all the individuals were on point. But if you have an AWPer putting up 30 kills on T sides and 8 deaths, what more would you want? I mean, that's how easy a game can be for you as a rifler. You just sit back, enjoy, make sure that, you know, you just hype him up.
I know some of the pizza shops here in Budapest close at 11, and I'm pretty sure ZywOo and the boys from Vitality were thinking...
How do you know that, Jake?
Well, I've been there a lot. We've been there for 19 days or something like that. It almost felt like they wanted to end this one quickly so they could enjoy their evening and get back and get some rest before Saturday.
We've got to give the MVP of this one to ZywOo, though, right? Just the consistency he showed up with. Sure, okay, I'm going to show I'm not biased right now. Mezzy really showing up in the pistols, having a great performance. But ZywOo, you have to give it to him. Just some great form, especially what you want to be seeing showing up in a quarterfinal.
Just look at those stats, you know, a +2 rating, 130 ADR over the course of 2 months.
As an AWPer.
As an AWPer, you know, as well, he played the AWP, played the rifle, played the pistol, played the clutches. That was a fantastic performance. And we said it, you know, Donk so far in this tournament has been firing on all cylinders. ZywOo looked good in the group stage. 4th highest rated player coming in to today. The way he's playing though right now, if he can step up like that versus Donk, that's going to be cool.
Okay, let's look at another highlight, though. This was Rops in a 1 versus 3 clutch, round number 8. The way he played this to perfection, I love that he didn't go for the plant initially as well. He knew he had the footstep going up towards the correct position. Beautiful stuff from Rops.
Well aware, a 1v3 from Rops, knew that he had to, pick the first fight if he wanted to, knew the two players were low on HP as well, and yes, when Rops is playing like this as well, you have Saiwu firing on his absolute best, you have Rops clutching it out as well. It's hard to do much if you're the Mongols.
Yeah, it's just this combo, you have openers from Sayu, you have openers from Messi, Flamesy, and then you have a closer like Rops that can pull off these moments and kind of kill the game straight out of the gate. It's just too much to handle on so many different avenues.
And again, it was a close game in that first half. The first 5, 6, 7 rounds, you could make a case that, okay, the Mongols, they're competitive, they're in the game. Then Rops wins this clutch, and from that point, it was all Vitality once again.
Yeah, with Vitality firing on all cylinders, you're in for a bad time if you are Mongols. Unfortunately, eliminated here in Budapest. So let's get a few closing thoughts as they end out their season.
The Mongols have earned the respect of everyone in the Counter-Strike world for what they've been able to achieve across the last couple of years. Here, they still managed to make playoffs even without having Senzu there and going through these team changes. I got Techno with me here to just talk through some of this. Obviously, Vitality is a team you have faced off so many times. What did you feel was the difference in you guys not being able to fight the same way you did in the past against them here?
I think, to be honest, today was not our day, and everything doesn't work for us. The next half of the Mirage, and I think we broke up mentally, kinda, maybe, and that's it.
Looking at this, right, you still made playoffs with controllers coming in, fitting a new player into the team. Are you still looking at the run you had here at the Major in some positive way?
Sorry?
Are you still looking at the run you had here positively?
I guess it's not positive, also not negative. It's just mid result, I guess. Last time we placed the second place against Vitality 2. I think we have been facing against each other many times. The rivalry becomes friendly, and it's normal mid.
For you, just having the change with controllers coming in, what does this mean for the Mongols going to 2026? Will you continue with this team? Do you know yet?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. First of all, we need kind of rest. We're kind of exhausted, tired. And this year has a lot of tournaments, a lot of travels. Also, we live very far from the Europe. And first of all, we need to rest for a bit.
Some well-deserved rest as well. Now, in this arena, I have seen so many Mongolian flags, Mongol shirts. You guys have been... Yeah, there we go. You guys are a real fan favorite wherever you go in the world. Is there any final words you want to say to the fans in the arena right now and in Mongolian at home?
First of all, I want to proud of my teammates, all of us, the coach, teammates, and my team other staffs also is here. Thanks to everyone who is still cheering for us. And next is for the fans, whoever come here and cheering for us. And keep still cheering for us. We will do our best. I'm gonna say in Mongolian too. Энэ үрээд бидний Budapest Major аялалд ингээд өндөрлөө. Тэгээд дараа жилээс иргэн хүчтэйгээр эргээр нэгдэхтэй ер нь итгэлтэй байна. Энэ жилийн ер нь дугнээд хэлэхэд бол ер нь ажгүй жил байлаа. Тэгээд мэднийгээ дэмцээл байгаарай. Тэгээд баярлаа.
Thank you very much, man.
I know it's a gut-wrenching moment right now for the Mongols, but just looking at 2025, one of the most uplifting stories for my money this year has been seeing how many fans the Mongols garner in literally every single corner of the globe. I just want you to cast your mind back to the Austin Major Grand Final where versus Vitality, the Mongols were the ones receiving the most applause from the audience. There's nothing that you can't love about this squad, and I just wish them all the best moving into 2026.
100%, and they earned it. They earned every single fandom that is out there by playing good Counter-Strike, by playing entertaining Counter-Strike, by playing fun Counter-Strike, as you said, in the final at the Austin Major, getting into the playoff here despite losing Central. Won EWC as well, won a big trophy. It's a team that has gathered a lot of experience throughout the year, but also a team that 2 years ago were a bit of a, not a laughing stock, but we looked at them and thought, okay, maybe you're top 10, maybe occasionally get into the playoff, but not more than that. This year, 2025, has been a breakout year for the Mongols, and I'm super excited to see what they got in store